Mhm.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show today. We are here on behalf of Crypto Casey's audience. Here's the great news. She'll be joining us shortly. I'm your co-host, Edward Pereira. My good friend and co-host is Attilla Hevesy, and the man of the hour, week, month, and year and century is who I like to refer to as the modern Einstein, except for Einstein dealt in theory. Mr. Barsano does not.
And
So
I'm
let's
better looking. I'm better looking too.
yeah,
You
so
got better.
slightly better hairstyle, but
Yeah.
but everybody's here today. Thank you for taking the time. You're going to be excited about if it's your first time or you're a repeat offender, as we call you lovingly. Then then you're in a great place because we are going to share with something with you that literally does not exist anywhere else on the planet. It's not like you see it, as Casey says. It's not like you're going to see it on a street sign or on a TV commercial. It literally is contained, unfortunately, to the people that we can reach. And the only thing we ever get a little bit jittery about is getting to enough people fast enough before the matrix pulls the rug out. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get started. But let me show you a couple of expectations and then we will get busy. So we have a new campaign of what you're about to see. Everybody see my screen?
Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So all you have to remember, forget about Nike, just do it. This is I don't know what it is, but here we're talking about a product and platform that has been 20 almost 26 years of continuous success, never selling at a loss, both in stocks and in the last 5 years, crypto. So our motto is just press go because literally you're going to see an automated, and I know this is going to sound cliche, set it and forget it, 100% autonomous, set it and forget it system that you can set up that is automatically an income producing asset. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But just so the Go relates to just press go. That is GoBabyTrade. That is the name of the platform. And so let's see. Just I'll spend 1 minute on this. Just take inventory mentally. Where are you in this scenario? Which scenario? One, two, or three? Are you in the rat race where you're making enough money? Unfortunately, the way that the system is programmed everybody for centuries and generations is that you're in the rat race. Sometimes you have more month at the end of the money, which is horrible. Sometimes you end up with more money at the end of the month, which is rare for most people. I know I've been in scenario one where you just have a job. You're taught to go to school, get a job, trade time for money, be an employee. You are, remember this, you are, and it's a sad statement, but it's true. Your entire programming and everything that you've learned in parochial school, if you will, is to teach you how to be an employee, not to think for yourself. It teaches you how to um, be controlled and broke. So scenario number two, if you think you're in a good place and you're in the middle class trap, that they say you've got to have a great credit score to be able to buy a house because that's what's going to make you money in a lifetime. They're not pointing you in the right direction. Everybody's got to live in a house or have a roof over your head, but it's a liability. It's not an asset because it generally does not keep up with the depreciating value of your money. Scenario number three is where we're all striving to be. Income producing assets. There's only a couple out there. You can own a lot of stocks that are paying you a dividend, but you got to have a whole lot of money. You can have real estate that takes a lot of time. It's like having a separate job, right? There's one other. You could hit the lottery, I guess, but that doesn't really help you unless you understand what it takes to make money and what its value is. So what you want to do is have an income producing asset. What you're going to see today, right? There you go. What's your
You
what
notice
you
that line going through each
You won
one,
again.
all losers.
right? What
Oh,
you're gonna
With all the money I
what
have, I still play the lottery. I don't know.
That's that's hilarious. That's hilarious. So last part about this slide is we're going to show you something today that doesn't take any more work. It doesn't take any brain cells. You don't have to understand. You don't have to study the market for years. You don't have to watch anything, but it's an income producing asset that will change your life. I promise. So read just the on the right hand side. Don't bother with all the rest of this. You're going to see a fully robotic and automated crypto trading platform and money management system. It's been working. It's not a matter of if it works, will it work, does it work? It's been working for 25 years in the stock market, and in the last 5 years, the crypto market. Here it is again, 100% set it, forget it. Yes, it's cliche. We don't like it. Casey doesn't like it, but it works. It is. It's secure because it connects directly to your own Coinbase or Kraken account. It's the funds remain 100% in your control. That's huge. If you know anything about this market, everybody's trying to scam you. So when you have 100% control, security, simplicity, it all works, right? Technology plus AI. We'll talk a little bit about the AI, which Ed always says is not the star of the dish. But we'll talk about it and how it works to your advantage every single time. Remember, 26 years, almost 26 years, this platform is programmed to never, ever, ever sell at a loss. I know that sounds strange, but we're going to show you. All right, last thing before I turn it over to my good friend Attila. You're here solely for educational and informational purposes only. Why do we say that? Because we're going to show you something that is of great value, but we're not giving you financial advice. If you buy the software, great, it works for you. If you don't buy the software, okay. This is not a sales pitch. This is an educational presentation that literally exposes you to something that you have never seen before and will never see anywhere else. We don't give marriage advice, well, sometimes. Tax, investment, financial, legal, all of that stuff. We're not licensed to do any of that. We have the privilege, thank you, Casey, to be able to, and you'll hear a little bit about how we got to know Casey and how we got where we are today. But thank you for allowing us to share this value with your audience. I know that we are focused now on protecting your reputation. You have been educating people since 2017. It's amazing. That's how I got to know about crypto. That and the knowledge layered from my good friend Attila. And without you, each one of you, my personal feelings, Casey, Attila, Ed, in creating this platform, excuse me, with knowing you, you have put my family in a situation where we are secure in what our financial future looks like, which is a small statement, but a huge impact that is life-changing. So thanks, everybody. Attila, I'm going to turn it over to you, and we can travel forward from there.
Thanks, Edward. So for those of you that are wondering exactly where Edward and I come into the picture here is we are the liaison between kind of the support system and the educational arm for Crypto Casey's audience as it pertains to the GoBabyTrader. Okay, so just remember that, because sometimes people are like, who are these guys? So that's who we are. Anyway, yeah, my job is to explain to you how I met Ed Barsano years ago. And if it wasn't for that meeting, we wouldn't be here today. So that's interesting. But my background is all financial. I was a financial planner when I first got to Florida for about 5 years before I realized I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I wasn't enjoying it. To me, it was boring. That's why it's nice. We're not giving financial advice. We're just showing people something that works. And if they choose to engage, they can. It's that simple. So anyway, how did I meet Ed Barsano? Well, back in the day, Mr. Barsano, after retiring from Microsoft, he was one of the first programmers hired in 1987 by Bill Gates. He retired after 8.5 years. In 2000, fortunately for all of us, he lost a large part of his wealth. Now, why do I say fortunately? Very simple. He made a decision that day or that period of his life that he was going to level the playing field so that the average person, not the big boys on Wall Street, the average person like all of us, can make money in the stock market without gambling and without really doing anything. And that's pretty amazing back in 2001. Imagine, it's exciting today. back in 2001, it was a mind blower. So I was introduced to Ed in 2012, and he told me how the trader worked. It blew my mind. I said, you know what? I want to buy this trader because I've always wanted to make money in stock trading, but I never wanted to learn how to be a day trader. That's not I'm not wired like that. Okay. So, excuse me. Consequently, what happened was I actually helped Ed market this for a while back in 2012, 13, and 14. And, we did sell a ton of traders, like was it $16 million worth of licenses. That's a lot of business. That's a lot of business. So anyway, fast forward to about 2018, Ed Barsano went back on his own, and then he sold out to a hedge fund that had previously purchased many, many licenses from him. And then this is where the story advances to March of 2024. Now, I'm full-time blockchain, crypto, decentralized finance since about September of 2020, so almost 6 years. And a little over 2 years ago, I'm at my desk and I'm thinking, how do I continue to have my crypto make more crypto on itself? How do I multiply my money? Because Warren Buffett said it best, and we do subscribe to his theory. He said many years ago, like 25 plus years ago, if you're not making money while you sleep, you're going to work till you die. We believe that's true. So it didn't take more than 24 hours before Ed's name popped in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, I'll bet somewhere in the last 3 years, Ed has progressed to the point where he developed a trader for crypto. And I called him. I still had his phone number in my iPhone. And we spoke for 3 hours, and he said, Attila, I launched it in April of 2021. And he said, I discovered real fast it's light years ahead of the stock trader. And I said, tell me why. He said, first of all, stocks trade 6.5 hours a day, 5 days a week, whereas crypto trades 24/7, 365. Big, big difference. Number two, he said, you need a lot of volatility to make money in trading. And I knew that already. And he said, look, cryptos can't be touched in terms of volatility. It's almost right up there at the top. That bodes well for us. But number three and number four is what really got my attention. Number three was this. He said, it's not downloadable software anymore. It's actually web-based. And I didn't know exactly what that meant, so I asked for some clarity. And he said, look, if you buy this license again for the crypto one, I can have you live trading in less than 10 minutes. And I was like, whoa, time out. That's not even close to the way it was in 2012. So I said, let's do it. I bought the license on the spot, and in 8.5 minutes, he had me connected to my Coinbase through API connection. Now, folks, that's a mind blower. And that was number four, the fact that with that API connection, you and only you can touch your crypto at Coinbase and Kraken. That's a biggie, because the most important thing in any financial investing is to make sure that your principal is safe and you could get to it. And you can here. Mr. Barsano can't touch your money if he wanted to. You control that. That told me everything I needed to know about how amazing this was going to be. And I said, Ed, Ed Barsano self-admittedly is not a sales and marketing guy. So I said, Ed, we got to get this to the world. I'm full-time crypto. I know what I'm speaking of. Let's get it out to the world. And really, folks, you can't live 10 lifetimes and have this kind of financial opportunity, right, Casey? You can't.
Absolutely.
There's no way we could have this opportunity yet. I don't think we'll ever have it. Our kids won't have it. Our grandkids won't have this kind of financial opportunity. This is the most disruptive technology probably since the advent of electricity. Because what is it disrupting? It's disrupting the entire global financial system, disrupting money. There's no bigger financial disruption. Let me take that back. There's no bigger disruption in technology than disrupting money. What's bigger than that? Okay, so we're in a good place here. And then within that disruption, along comes Ed Barsano 26 years ago and develops this technology that we can now use for crypto, and that's GoBabyTrade, where you could automate a portion of your financial life and you can make money while you sleep. Folks, that has not been done before for the average person. So please appreciate what Mr. Barsano has brought forth to the world without anybody being an accredited investor. Without anybody knowing anything about cryptocurrency or trading, you can make money in your sleep. That's pretty cool. And one last thing, we're gonna say set it and forget it quite a bit today. Please take it literally. Once you go live and you're connected to either Kraken or Coinbase, there's nothing, and I mean zero, for you to do. There's nothing required of you. Now, obviously, you're going to go on there and you're going to, take a look at your trader, see what it's doing once in a while. That's fine. But as far as you interacting with it, not needed. That's my favorite part. The set it and forget it, together with the 26-year track record, is my favorite part of this platform. And of course, it works. I mean, that goes without saying. We wouldn't be here if it didn't work. So with that, Casey, do you mind giving a short, for those that have never heard the story of how you kind of encountered Edward and I and how that all took place and what made you decide to get the word out to your audience? That's a cool story. Why don't you share that?
Yeah, sure. Long story short, I have a friend that we got into a business venture with, and nothing to do with crypto, nothing blockchain, nothing technological at all. And whenever we got into the venture, I had one rule: don't talk about my YouTube channel because it had nothing to do with it. And you know, so he was at a networking event. He meets Edward, sorry. And Edward mentions that he's in blockchain technology education, and then my friend immediately violates the only rule. Says, "Hey, you should meet my friend Casey. She's also in like crypto and stuff." And then I guess Edward knew my channel, and then so met up with Edward and Attila, and they told me about this product we're about to see today. Got the whole spiel. This was almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
More. That was more.
And I listened to the whole thing. I don't like buzzwords like set it, forget it. I was very skeptical, scam. But part of what I do for my YouTube audience and what I do for fun is try different things out and see if it's going to work. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to see stuff on billboards or local ads. We're not going to see a lot of things that exist out there that can actually help us. So what I like to do is test things out. So unbeknownst to them, I bought the license full price. I tested it out for about 5, 6 months, and then it was very interesting. It worked. It worked like they said it would, and I had a lot of questions for the creator, Ed, who we will also hear from. So then I told him, "Hey, I got the thing. I've been using it for like 4 to 6 months. I have some questions for the creator." And we had, hashed it out. And probably took like 9 months before I decided that I wanted to make a video to let people decide whether or not it would be a good thing for them to try out. And here we are.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's August 25th is going to be our 2-year anniversary that you launched your
Okay.
first video
Yeah.
explaining how the trader works, how to connect it, everything, and you did it in quite a bit of detail. I think it was only
Yeah, what's funny is I think you guys, everybody you've talked to and everybody who's had it are extremely happy with it. So that makes me happy too.
yes.
Well,
Well,
and that's a test of time. Even if it's, I'm sorry, Attila. Even if it's been 2 years. I mean, 2 years is a lot, particularly in this crazy market that over the last 4.5 years has been down 94%. And
Yes.
and in that great slide where, I mean, quite frankly, the traditional buy and holder of crypto has got to hate crypto, hate it, because they're waiting for the big boom to just get back to even. But if I were to ask you the question, I know you said it about when you saw it, you first engaged, you went, "Huh, this stuff is working just like they said it would." Well, one, that rarely happens in life, and two, what's your
In
assessment?
crypto, it never happens.
Right, but after 2 years, how do you feel?
I feel confident to keep talking about it and making sure people know it's an option for sure.
Yeah. Well, as I said, we're the utmost importance is in the Four Musketeers here is the protection of your reputation. Yes, your friend that said, "Oh yeah, you need to meet my friend Casey," and I'm like, "Casey, you're not talking about crypto, Casey." And he goes, "Oh yeah. That's what she goes by, crypto." I'm like, I squealed. I was super excited. I'm like, "That is crazy. There is no way randomly that the person that helped me understand what this market is, you actually know them personally." And I didn't believe it until you showed up at the meeting. I'm like, it's crypto, Casey. So obviously I'm a big fan. But yeah, I mean, rarely does somebody talk about something that is not embellished on? Matter of fact, in my opinion, is it's worked better than even when Attila told me about it. I mean, he said, "Yeah, we got this. I've worked with this guy before. He's a genius. This thing just makes money in your sleep." I'm like, "All right, I'll get you some ice for that bump on your head. I don't know what you're talking about, but that is not possible."
No, but even like Ed and his son Steven, they keep making it better every day without charging extra for any features.
Yeah.
Features are rolling out. I mean, you'll hear Ed's story. He's bored and he wants to.
Well, what's
He
cool,
loves this thing, and we all love this thing.
Yeah.
what's cool is, I'm glad you mentioned that. What's cool is Tim actually is asking a question, is does Ed upgrade? Well,
Oh,
Tim,
all the time.
when we get to the trader, we'll show you, just since I've owned it since March of 24, little more than 2 years, we'll show you all the enhancements he's made just since then. It's crazy. And some pretty massive ones too, I would say.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
it does evolve, and it does work, and you'll see once you see the inside of the machine, you'll see that literally, actually, even before you decide to make a commitment, yes or no. I'm going to post. Actually, this is a good time to mention. Crypto Casey smartly negotiated a discount for her audience directly with Ed Barsano. So we'll post that, and once I post it, we'll get to the point where we're going to have you click on the link. We're going to have it up on the screen, and you're going to see you can do a ton of research to validate all the things that we're sharing with you. Because I promise you, everything that we're telling you is factually based. It's not, could it work? As I said before, does it work? It works. It works. It just simply works. So
yeah.
we'll be posting a whole bunch of things in the chat that are value add for you. So we're going forward, hold on tight.
Okay, so let me say one thing before I introduce Ed. Most of you so far today have posted your questions already in the chat. That's not where it belongs. If you go down to the menu on the Zoom, there's a circle with 3 dots and it says more, MOR. When you click on that, it says Q&A. That's where the questions go. We will do the questions at the end. So please post them there. If you've already posted them, just copy and paste your question into the Q&A section, because by the time we get to the questions, we don't want to be scrolling all the way to the top of the chat. Is too confusing. So
Yep, and I apologize. That was my fault. I normally announce that up front. So use the chat. There's some people that have owned the trader for a while that are here. If you have skepticism, I don't know how you can hear Crypto Casey say that it just works. It works. It works. And still be skeptical.
But I invite healthy skepticism, because
me too.
That's just like, yes, we need that.
Yep.
Yeah, you should have announced that, Edward. So you're fired.
Yep.
I hope you liked working here.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you later.
Okay, bye. All right, Ed Barsano, the floor is yours.
Well, my throat's a little scratchy, so I'm going to take a drink of the smart water.
All right. This is
So Ed, I've got to put you on notice. We only have 3 minutes for you.
Yeah, I know. That's typical webinar with me.
That's great.
As soon as Crypto Casey said something real fast, I was going to say, all right, time's up. I just have an initial question right off the bat. When you guys met Crypto Casey for the first time, did you shake her hand or did you give her a big hug?
Well,
I think I totally put my hand out. I don't like people touching me.
Really? Because I gave you a big hug, if I remember right. But then again.
Oh, but I felt like I already knew you, though.
Right.
These guys.
I can tell you that I was all gung ho for running up and giving her a hug, but I didn't know her then. Now we're personal and professional friends, and we see each other on a pretty regular basis, and we are fortunate to get a hug from Crypto Casey, and we might be selling the ability to. Never mind. Just kidding.
Let's not make it weird.
All right, for $39.99.
All right, and how about you make it weird? Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Boy, there's so much here. First off, took a few notes in my Apple 101 device here. Attila said that we spoke for 3 hours. Anybody that knows me knows that that's true.
Yes.
I mean, I talked to 2 different people yesterday. and I think we spoke for at least 2 hours each.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. And I'm real excited about the public is starting to say things like, just get me out. I noticed that. And I've been watching the market for 25 years and I know what that means. When people are freaking out, calling their brokers saying, just get me out because it's crashing, right? And they see these crypto prices going lower and lower, and most people are buying holders, so they're sitting up here and the prices are 90% lower and they're just dead. And they're starting to scream, just get me out, and I'm hearing it more and more lately. And now for GoBabyTrade users, of course, we're not saying just get me out because we keep cranking out money at the bottom anyways. But when I start hearing that, it's telling me that the end is near. I mean, something's getting ready to blow. Something's getting ready to take off. Even Larry Fink, he's starting to say, India's getting ahead of us. We need to sign that clarity bill. He's chomping at the bit to get this market moving. He's sitting, like I said earlier, he's sitting on $100 billion worth of inventory, worth of positions that are all underwater. First off, I want everybody to understand that. If you're in crypto, the positions you're sitting in are underwater. Everybody, it's the same. The prices are the same for everyone. So if you're in a coin that's down 90%, that coin is down 90% for everyone. It's not just you. I
But
never say
Ed,
to
look at
myself,
this.
my
If you look at
coins are
this link
down.
I just sent, right now it's for 15 straight months. It's the worst altcoin sell-off in history. Selling pressure at 5 years has never been higher. Everything is like literally going exactly where we want it to be.
Where we want it to be because we have
Where
Exactly.
auto
we,
That's what I said.
traders.
Yep.
We're loving it. We're able to buy and at the bottom and continue pumping money at the bottom while all the buy and holders are already out. They've already checked out a long time ago. Millions of people are already out of the market. But remember something, when you're dumping your shares at a loss, who do you think's on the other end sucking up those shares at the bottom? GoBabyTrade users for one, and then the big boys, Vanguard, BlackRock, they're sucking up so many shares because this is the biggest crash in history of any market. Even the 2000 or the 1929 market crash, the coin or the stocks only dropped like 50%. People were jumping out of windows. People aren't jumping out of windows now because they already checked out a long time ago. They sold their crypto at a loss a long time ago. And who gets rich in a market crash? The
we do.
people that are buying at the bottom.
We do.
We do, right?
But
Because
to
we're
your
always
point,
checking
Ed,
out.
the as comparison to the market crash. I mean, the one of the microcosms of this is there's only about 5% of the people on the planet that even know what cryptocurrency or decentralized finance is. But the ones that are in it hate it.
Because they don't know how to trade it, and they don't
Correct.
they because we do the opposite of what everyone else does in the auto trader, so it throws everybody off because they're doing it all wrong. They're trying to predict when it's going to move. They're using a stop loss. Change the name of stop loss to lock in loss. I mean, there's an indicator I would never use. If it was called lock in loss, would you really use it? But that's exactly what a stop loss is. Anyways, next thing I was gonna say is, why did I create GoBabyTrade? Attila touched on it, and Edward, your three charts, the three pictures, that third one where the guy's sitting there all bored drinking his martini, and
I don't think he's bored.
he's
He's
bored.
happy.
Either that or he's drunk.
That
He's
may
sitting
be.
out there all by himself on a lawn chair. I did it. I retired at 39 and I was retired 5 years before that market crashed. And believe me, I wanted to crash my Jaguar into a wall before the market crashed. The market crash in 2001, Attila said I lost a good portion of my wealth, over half, 60%, millions of dollars disappeared, but I still had millions left, so it wasn't the end of the world. But I don't like to be robbed. Nobody wants to be robbed. So I said, I'll just automate the market. I'm a master programmer. I've been programming my whole life. I'll go ahead and automate the market. I didn't realize that what I was doing, nobody ever did. So
And
then
still
after
hasn't
I
done.
released, what's that?
and still has not
And
been
right,
replicated.
everyone else still has the wrong idea of how to automate the market. If you think about it, it's not rocket science. How many things in your house are automated?
The toaster.
Like everything.
Yeah, and it's got one knob on it. So you don't want to have a lot of settings, right? If you have 10 screens of settings, picture that. You can't even control your toaster without burning your toast, and all it's got is one knob.
Well,
One
I think
setting.
I'd also like to say up front, this is what Wall Street and big institutions use. They just don't sell it to us because they can make margin off of it and just give us nothing. They don't give us the direct access to stuff that we're talking about today.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
if the matrix, as I talked about in the beginning, well, why would they give us the advantage? Because I can tell you, for centuries and generations, they have built a system, repeatable system, to make you an employee, to make you broke and distracted. So this
And
is
it's working.
completely, oh, it's worked forever, right?
It's working for
This is not
everyone.
this is not something that you're going to hear anywhere else, and it's not conspiracy. It's not
No.
anti-government. It is, but it is legal. It puts knowledge in your hands. What's knowledge? Knowledge is power, right? As Attila said, in a space that is literally life-changing. I mean, you got to go all the way back to the barter age to be able to understand how money is controlled. But in a debt-based system, it's controlled against you. How many other opportunities are there to legitimate opportunities without gambling do you have to actually just crank out money for life?
Yeah, I think we should let
Right.
Ed continue, then let's look at the trader. Sometimes
Okay.
I think we take too long and people are like, all right,
I
let's
know.
see
I
it
know.
already.
Anticipation.
Well,
Yes.
if you think about the things what I was getting at is your toaster is, I mean, how about your microwave oven? All you do is push how much time you want and boom, it cooks. You don't know how that really works. I still don't know how that works, to be honest. Your dishwasher, your washer and dryer. We have all this technology. Your car, for instance. I mean, who can open up the hood on their car and see anything? I don't even know what's in it. I knew what was in the cars in the 60s and 70s. I don't know what's in the engines now. I don't know what's under that hood. You can't even see anything, you know? So it didn't, so when I automated the market in 2001, I didn't think I was doing anything abnormal. I was just automating the market, 100% automation. But then the brokers started calling me. So this is why I keep doing it for the last 25 years. I've kept going because I know what I've delivered is what other people call the impossible. And that's why I keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Plus, I love programming. So rather than sit around in a yard and drink martinis, you know, I sit at home and drink smart water and do what I love, programming.
Cool.
And
Bring
it's
it
fun to have thousands of people running my software. I think it's cool, you know?
successfully running. So why don't you bring up your trader? You just said something. I
Okay.
know we joked about the toaster, but you said something when you brought up the microwave. I'm like, wait a second. It's just press go. Remember the screen that we
Right,
opened up
right.
with?
Just press
It's
go.
just press go. That's it.
And
It's
that's
as
what shocked the like TD Ameritrade when they first called me. I said, I'm like, I get this cold call from TD Ameritrade, and he says, "Can you connect your auto trader to us so our clients can use it?" I'm like, "Whoa, how do you even know me? I don't advertise or anything. I'm just word of mouth."
right.
And he goes, "You're real. Isn't that cool?" I said, "You're right. I am real. I'm not playing."
It stands the
So,
test of time.
and then E-Trade was the next one that called. And then all the brokers just started falling in line, calling, saying, "Hey, will you connect it to us? Will you connect it to us?" Because I had the only auto trader in existence.
Still.
So I'm going to share my screen now. Still right.
Yep.
Um,
Great
so here's how
concept.
it works, basically. In a nutshell, just the basic foundation of what it does. I gotta hide these controls; they're in my way.
Yep. We can see it. We can see the
Okay.
bucket well
If
comparison.
you're a buy and holder and you put all your money in and you just buy a coin and you sit on it, you're missing all the action. You notice it's going up and down here on the left and you're not making any money. But on the GoBabyTrade side, we're constantly pumping money. And you notice as the price goes lower, we don't care. We just continue pumping money. The reason it started out as a bucket and a well is because I was in a presentation in Raleigh, North Carolina, talking to 80 developers. I was teaching them how to do AI, right? I was teaching them how to program AI. And I mean, they were very intelligent people. So I saw a whiteboard there, and I'm a magnet to a whiteboard. So I walk over and I drew his rudimentary picture of a bucket and a well. And I said to him, if the bucket goes from the top to the bottom and gets the water and it goes all the way back up and dumps it out, and it repeats that over and over for a lifetime, how much water can it pump? And they said things like, well, 1 million gallons, 1 billion gallons. They were just throwing out numbers, crazy numbers, and nobody questioned that. So I said, what if it's the crypto market and it just goes down a little and it goes up a little and we pump money? It doesn't have to go to the bottom. It doesn't have to go to the top. It just pumps, just goes up and down, little at a time, just wiggles. And we keep pumping money forever for the rest of our life. How much money can that pump in a lifetime? And it was funny because there's 80 intelligent developers in that room. And I'm watching them all look. I can see their wheel turning in their head. They're all looking at the whiteboard, but nobody's saying anything. And finally, one guy speaks up. He goes, "There's no way that could be real." Isn't that? I mean, that's vintage, man. That's the most amazing thing. They just don't get it, and to me, isn't it just obvious? I don't know. Am I the only one that sees this or what? Because come on, Crypto Casey, this is obvious, right?
It is to me now. I've had to go through my own deprogramming myself, which we can get into maybe later. But yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about like AI. We're landing rockets on moving platforms in the ocean.
Great analogy.
Our cars are
driving themselves.
It's not that hard of a concept that things are moving up and down, and something is looking at that and capitalizing off of it. It's actually rudimentary. Like, no offense to Ed, but like
it's rudimentary. It's baby. It's like a baby. I mean, it's not even. It's to me, it's so elementary. The fact that everybody doesn't see it. Why do you think I do these webinars? This is therapy for me.
Yeah, well, the reason why people don't
my chest because I don't understand how everybody doesn't see it.
Yeah, Ed, the reason why people don't see it is because they've been programmed to not understand. I mean, 90% plus of here you've got a superstar that has an advanced finance degree.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way I got this finance degree and it's this simple. Right. Like I feel insulted by it.
Well, you should be. You should be because you paid for obsolete information.
Yep, I certainly did.
So, Ed, bring up your trader if you would, please.
All right, sure. All right, Edward.
Yes, sir.
For you.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you this. Let me tell the story. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't like to show this trader,
but we'll make it.
People think you need $1 million to use it, and that's why I haven't showed it in a while because people tell me I feel like I need a lot of money to use the trader, so I always bring up the lower trader with $60,000 in it.
But this is the biggest convincing story that this works. Thank you so much for bringing this up because in past couple of months I've been referring to this trader as and to tell the story about how this works. So from this trader was started, you can see right down on the left hand side, December 19th, 2021. We did a comparison of the performance of how this trader worked, and this was part of our due diligence, meaning mine and Attila's, and quite frankly, as a part of Crypto Casey's realization and deprogramming, because we all needed to be deprogrammed. But here's the story. Here's the comparison, and a couple of people have sent notes to me saying it didn't make a lot of sense to me until you had that analogy. And here's the analogy. So we did a comparison, a 4-year comparison from December 19th of 2021 to December 19th of 2025. So exactly 4 years. The performance of this trader, and yes, as an example, not as an example, as reality,
with $200,000.
$200,000. And if you would put then $200,000 into the market, bought these positions and we're just a buy and a holder, the value of that $200,000 portfolio today would be $12,000. That's astounding. But the market has dropped 94.5% in that period of time. However, the direct comparison, which you're looking at, that $200,000 generated over $980,000 profit on the original principal, 200,000. Now,
Almost
me,
a million.
yeah,
Getting
I
there.
don't, I'm pretty thick-headed sometimes. Just ask my wife. But when you present that scenario to me, I go, "What? How did that happen?" It happened because of the success of the programming genius of what this platform has become. And back to Tim, this is Kaizen. This is continuous improvement. There is not a minute. As a matter of fact, Attila and I and Casey, we love to travel the world and see things. You know what jazzes Mr. Barsano as much as the travel and free time does for us? Programming this to make it better for you. There is no, in the last 2 minutes, there is no better statement of what the value of this trader does for you over the long term in a 90% down market. Can you imagine what happens when it's a bull market? It's never seen a bull market, but if you can turn $2 into take $2 and make it $10 and still have your $2 left over, that's pretty powerful. So Ed, give us a tour. What's on the left-hand side?
All right. Well, you got live trader. You got videos on every page. You have your current account value. You got today's profits, only $22. But hey, you walk outside and find $22 on the ground every day of your life. How does that feel? And it's not just every day. I mean, it can make $190, $99. It could take whatever the market wants to give you. It could take $500. It's up to the market, in the movement. Today is just, you can see it's not today's move right here. I look at this and it's basically a non-moving day, really. The coins aren't even moving. So don't expect to, be happy to take anything on a down day, when the coins aren't even moving. But it's got your 30-day profits taken. This thing generally makes over 3,000 every month. I mean, I can't spend it. I have a Coinbase Visa card that I live on. Everywhere I go, I pull it out. I had breakfast today. I pulled out my Coinbase Visa card. Boom, paid for it. It was like free breakfast. I was joking that eggs were $58, but yet to me it was free. It was because the auto trader just makes more money than I could spend every month. Um, and then it shows your total profits taken from the beginning. Can you imagine December 19th, 2021? That's right when the bear market started. The crypto winter started. As soon as I released this auto trader, all of a sudden the bear market started. And I right away, can you imagine how I felt? I'm like, oh my God, I released a fully automated trader to the crypto market, and that was new to me because the first 21 years before that, it was all stocks. And I'm like, man, I'm in this new space that I don't even really know, but I know the coins move, they jump around a lot. And I'm like, whoa, this is, stock prices move like this, crypto prices jump up and down. And I'm like, this is gold to an auto trader. But then all of a sudden we hit that bear market, where it started going down. I'm thinking, man, this is bad. I was worried. I'll be honest, I was worried. But then it didn't take long before I realized, wait a minute, our profits are adding up like crazy, and we're going to overtake the open inventory, that negative inventory. Can you imagine ACH is down 90% and I've got this negative inventory, but I've taken double that in profits. So I still have a net profit, going. And this number, closed positions P&L, just keeps going higher and higher and higher, whereas the open positions, your open inventory, it's already hit the bottom now. These coins haven't even gone to a new low since last February. So we're at the bottom already, but yet the profits continue. You see down here in the lower right, you can see the profits. Anything that has a profit is a sell, taking profit, and these other blank ones are buys. And this is a constant buy and sell for the rest of your life. It never stops. And those profits, you can see how they add up. So people, don't worry about how much you're making in a trade. I can make $449, you can see that, or I can make $22, It doesn't matter. It all adds up. Just like a 7-Eleven, you just keep selling $2 bags of potato chips.
Yeah, let me set the expectation. So you're seeing some spectacular results, but think of this: how much does your bank pay you? How much do your investments pay
Nothing.
you with risk? Your bank pays you 0.3 to point or 0.03 to 0.06% a year. If you're not making 20% on your money somewhere, somehow, and eliminating the risk because of what, and I'll ask Casey to comment on the two components that we look at on the regular, which is debasement and inflation. And if you believe what the lie box is telling you, that's what I call the TV, then you are sorely mistaken. But let's just set some expectations. It's never, this trader is never, as you can see by the results we just talked about, it's never
So that
done.
loss.
It's never done. The number I'm going to give you is, what if it only made you 2% a month? That's 24% a year. Where else are you going to make that money in a mitigated risk, essentially eliminated risk machine and platform that's been working 25 years, 26 years almost successfully? So, Casey, I brought up a case of what is the real value of your money, and how has it declined through the example of continuous inflation, which is built into the system, and debasement. Help people understand why that is important to start studying.
Sure. Well, I think since 1913, we're down like 90%. Like, let's see.
90, it's actually 97%. You're
97%,
down.
that's terrible. But here's another thing people don't understand. So every time we have an inflation report, it's based off of the prior year. So if their target is 2%, it's not 2% from since COVID, which is like 6 years ago from now. They move the goalpost. They change the stuff that's in the basket that determines what their inflation rate is whenever they tell it to us on the news and in media. So at the end of the day, okay, if we're 2% like lower from last year, we're still like up like 14% from COVID, probably even more in certain categories that aren't even listed in this basket that they predicate this number off of. So it's all just lies, moving goalposts, moving things within that determines this number. It's really sad. But I don't know.
Hold on. It's
Yeah,
almost like you're saying that it's manipulated.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
We
they're
are
just taking
since
advantage of the
since
public
COVID,
because the
we
public
are.
just doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't even. What is it? There's so many things that's not in the consumer index report. Like I don't even
Yep.
think rent's in it, is food in it, is gas. Like there's certain things that are up like literally 26%, but they're not in it. So it's like they still have this 2%, but only
Yeah.
based off of 12 months ago, and then it restarts the next 12 months. If we're up 8%, then oh, we just need 2% less than what was last year. It's a farce.
Yeah. And when they tell you that, it's only 2%, 100% of the time they're lying. And the basket of goods and services that they
Changes all
compare
the time.
that year over year, they're not the same. If they calculate the real numbers and it doesn't meet the narrative,
It's really
or
bad. It's really
sorry,
bad.
the lie, then they change it.
Yeah.
It's absurd. And I mean, what Ed, what do you say? What are we, 6 years old?
Well, I always ask people, why do you put your money in a bank? And they say to save it. I'm like, no, you're not. You're loaning your money to the bank and they're not giving you interest.
Yep.
And they're
That's like
loaning it to the
showing
credit
a
card
little
companies making
kid.
20%, like you said.
Yeah.
Well, that's like
If you
That's not
don't,
showing
right.
you a little kid, here's 27 cents worth of pennies and nickels and dimes, and here's a dollar. Which one would you like? And they'll take the pennies.
while they're
My
making
granddaughter is cool, man. She's like 6 years old. I go to give her a dollar. She says, I want the one with two zeros after it. Because she sees me give $100 bills to the older ones. And she's like, I don't want a dollar. I want $100.
Yeah, it's a shame the banks have programmed everybody so well that when you give your money to the bank,
It's
they pay you fractions of a penny and they lend it back to you. They can make $400 on a dollar that you give them, and they're not even in the long run responsible to pay you back.
And they're not even the one with the money. You're the one with the money. You should be getting the 30% interest. Why are you giving it to
So
them for
So
nothing?
here's where we go next. I'm posting I mentioned Crypto Casey negotiated a special discount for her audience, which gives you $1,000 off of the platform, and that's
Where
a
are you
for
where are you
3
posting that?
It's in the chat. So for a 3-year license, now I'm going to ask you, Ed, would you please bring up Casey's link so that people can actually see
Oh
it?
yeah, sure.
And when I talked early on about being able to do your own research before, after, or if you decide to participate or not participate, this is the place where you're going to find information. Yes, it's available on a public website, but nobody knows about it. So we're going to go over a lot of this stuff, but we're going to right. So that's what I wanted to show, the discount. So that's for a 3-year
There's the link
license.
right there too.
Let me also reiterate, and I commented on in the chat, is that this is a life trader. If it works and it pays for and it will pay for the cost of the license. I mean, my question is if I ask you to give me $1 and I give you 3 back, how many dollars are you going to give me? All of them. So when the price renews, here's the good news. And I can almost assure you, now I'm not going to speak for Mr. Barsano, but the value of this product continues to go up. So my guess is that it's going to continue to go up in price. The good news is you're locked in should you choose to take advantage of the trading system now. From now until you own it, it renews every 3 years at the same price, regardless
It
if it's
doesn't auto renew though.
no,
You'll get an
no.
email when it's time when to
Right.
renew. You'll be able to renew early before it expires.
So
But it won't auto renew.
So a lot of the questions that people ask come up in the Q&A. Attila, how are you feeling about moving into the Q&A and then being able to show people along the way other value inside the trader? You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So, oh wow, looks like Chris has all the questions today. Wow.
Wait, can I don't know if this would be out of order because I haven't looked at the Q&A yet, but so the thing that surprised me the most is the people who are making the most money from these obscure coins that I would otherwise say do not touch with a 1,000-foot pole. They're making money from it. So if we look at the chart, if you bought this thing to hold it a year ago, 8 months ago, 2 years ago, it goes like this. But on the trader, they're making money because it's completely manipulated, moving up and down and crazy spikes.
It's
So
like
like
this.
L3, or I think that's one of our
Oh, do
favorite
you
ones.
want
Even all the
LP? I
top
mean,
trading
of
ones
any
are
symbol.
all down, but people are
See,
making
it's
tons of money.
down. See how it's going down, and you think you're losing, but look at all these spikes. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy,
We'll go
sell.
to the 1 year, please, if you don't mind.
Yep.
To the
Yeah,
right.
your 1 year comparison to the right. One more.
Right. I gotta get that.
And explain,
All
even
right,
though
so if
this
you
looks
bought this
like
coin to hold it, you're down 97%.
right.
If you bought it at any point in time, unless you were in on whatever that was, you are toast.
It wasn't even. I mean, that was only February 1st.
Okay.
And it does these anything you own below that spike, below any of these prices here, you see here, anything to the left, any inventory you had below that price sells off. The auto trader takes all that profit. And you're constantly getting these crazy spikes. This is what I love about the crypto market. Look at these moves. And you look at that line, that's a straight up. That means boom, it goes up and then it could literally come down a minute later. But the auto trader sells everything off below it. Like it's just a constant taking of money forever. Just it's like opening and closing a window, but you know, pay me, pay me, pay me, pay
Yeah,
me, pay
so
me.
Ed,
Every time the window goes up and down, pay me, pay me.
Ed, can you because we're throwing some out pretty outlandish philosophies out. Can you explain the philosophy of how the trader works and also what it's trained to do and also how AI affects it?
Well,
Which
look at
so
this here.
then people would understand what this chart means.
All right. In a nutshell, the auto trader already knows what its profit goal is. As soon as it bought a coin, you've already won. Because the coin that it's like you put a tax. Let's say you put a tax on a coin, a 5% tax. I like to think of it that way. Like anytime a coin goes up 5% from anywhere, wherever it's at, from here, or if it happens to be up here, it doesn't matter where it's at. If it goes up 5%, pay me. 5%, pay me. Goes up 5%, pay me. Goes down, I'll buy more. Now if it goes up 5% from there, pay me. It goes down more. I'll buy more down there. Now if it goes up 5% there. Picture a toll booth. It's the same way as if GoBabyTrade was a toll booth. A regular toll booth, which is, by the way, toll booths are a multi-billion-dollar a year business. You can Google that. And all they're doing is parking a toll booth out on the highway, and the cars are coming through and paying it one time. Unless you're in Florida, they pay you every 5 miles you drive. But
That's true.
But if GoBabyTrade was a toll booth, you pay it, and then another mile down the road, you pay it again. And if you go another mile down the road, you pay it again. And if you try to go backwards, we stack toll booths in front of you. So you can't go forward without paying us again and again and again. I'll chase that car all the way to his garage. You're going to keep paying me till you die, until that company goes out of business. And as long as they stay in business, they're going to just have to keep paying me forever. It almost feels criminal, believe me. But I can't help it. I didn't invent these rules. Nobody said I can't do money management. And that's what the software's doing. It's ensuring you never run out of money. So it's never putting all your money in at once. And by the way, all that money that happens to be sitting on the sideline that's not in coins yet, you're getting about 4% a year interest on it if you're at Coinbase.
Yep.
So that even blows away. That's like the ultimate savings account, better than putting in a bank and getting nothing. You can let it sit in your Coinbase account, get 4% a year interest, plus letting the auto trader use it as it needs it.
Right. Casey,
Yes.
would you jump in and MC the Q&A?
Well, Casey wanted me to talk about the AI for a second. Here's how AI works.
I think Ed wanted to talk about the.
No, I did. I did ask him.
Sorry, Casey.
No, it's okay. No, actually, what do you think? Yeah, go ahead and I'll look at the questions real quick. Go ahead and talk about the AI.
I wasn't looking at the questions. I don't see.
Yeah, I just pulled them up, so I'm processing. That's right.
Well, I'm just going to say this last thing about AI. I want people to know how AI works in the auto trader. You see other bots out there that are going, oh, like AI is the holy grail. AI is a bell and a whistle, man. I mean, it can't tell you what a coin's going to do tomorrow, anything like that. I mean, it really can't tell you what's more than a half hour out if a coin's going to go higher or lower. And that's in my system. My AI is 25 years old. The AI that other people have is like a 2-year-old. It's like a 25-year-old competing with a 2-year-old. They don't even have a prayer. But the way AI works in this system, it's separate from the auto trader. Like two-factor authentication, the AI is constantly throwing out numbers. The auto trader is ignoring all those numbers. It's not even looking at it until it needs it. So when the coin goes lower and the software says, I want to buy more at this lower price, it'll call the AI and see if AI thinks it's going to go lower. And you can see here where it says added to declining position AI. That means the price went lower and the auto trader said, hold on, don't buy it yet. It's going to even go lower than that. So hold on yet, don't buy it. Whereas the one above it, the price went lower and the software said, I'm going to buy it, but the AI didn't tell the trader it's going to go lower, so the auto trader just bought it. It's the same way with the profit goal. If I find some with the profit goal reached.
Right there.
Like this one here. When the coin goes higher and the software says, I want to take that profit now, it'll call the AI and say, AI, do you think it's going to go higher? If AI thinks it's going to go higher, it'll let it go higher before it closes it. It'll keep calling the AI until the AI says, I don't think it's going to go higher. As opposed to this one here where the auto trader said, I'm going to take this profit, but the AI didn't stop it, so it went ahead and took it. Then you got other things like take this amount if reached. Anything over $500, I have it set. You can set it to whatever you want. I've got mine set to $500. The default is $100. Where it says, if you see $500, just take it. Don't even worry about AI. Don't worry about anything. Grab that money. Because the way the crypto market works, a coin can jump up $500 and literally 30 seconds later drop right back down. So anytime you get a big spike, you want to grab that money right away because it's not going to be there long because it'll come right back down, just like you can see here. These spikes that go straight up and it comes straight down. You see a lot of them. See how many times that happens? Look at these spikes where they go straight up and then straight back down. That's what I'm saying. You want to grab that money right away because look, it's going to go right back down. And then when it goes down, the auto trader will buy it again. And then it spikes up again and we grab that money again and then let it go down and buy it again. So we're buying and selling repeatedly, fully automated.
And remember, that does it 24/7, 365. To this, what I always like to say when I look at these charts is, if you don't own a trader, this is what your cardiac,
You're missing
your
all
EK,
this.
your EKG looks like.
You're missing it. You're just completely missing it.
If you own the trader, this is gold.
Yeah,
So
because this is all, middle of the night stuff. If you look at the times on my trades down here, I mean, 10:24 a.m., 9:34 a.m., it's buying and selling at different times. I mean, you just look around, 12:24 a.m., that's like midnight, right? 5:13, 4:11 a.m., grabbed $369 while I was still sleeping, or maybe I was just going to bed. I'm not sure what I was programming that night. You know, I mean, it's just a constant flow of free money. I call the market an insult to humanity. To me, this is the easiest game in town. 119 in the morning, 383 free money. 159 in the morning, $346.
yep.
You got everybody that doesn't have an auto trader. I don't know why you wouldn't. Like I said, this is a therapy session for me because I just got to get it off my chest.
What
And
what what
because I
what
don't get the software has never been the issue in 25 years. It's the people they're brainwashed and they don't want to, they're just in denial. They say things like, well, if that was real, everybody would already have it, or stuff like that. I mean, I want to see who else could program it. I mean, this is all I do for 25 years. I'm retired and this is all I do.
Well, also
Here's my advice.
you don't really see this in the market. Like I said, you don't see it on billboards. You don't see it like advertised around.
Because
Yep.
I don't know how to advertise.
No, I know. It's a good.
We'll take care of that for you.
I'm a
Here's
programmer, not a marketer.
here's what I
And as
suggest.
you can tell, I'm also not a graphic artist.
So Ed, I've got some advice. Just keep doing what you're doing because you're blessing everybody. All right, Casey, take us away.
I'm
Sure.
having
So
fun.
Q&A, we've got Chris. If Bitcoin is to 2x this coming bull run, would this go baby trade 2x faster? Would it 3x by this time? So nobody knows what the price of Bitcoin will be because it's all about the demand versus the supply. Did we go? We haven't gone into the 7-Eleven analogy,
Mm-mm,
have we? All right, so
mm-mm.
I'll just do a quick little thing. Imagine, all right, is Bitcoin going to 2x? Imagine this. Let's just say we have a 7-Eleven, some kind of convenience store, and we have a lot of like bags of potato chips that we want to sell. How can we predict if there will be demand for potato chips? We don't know. If a school bus comes by and they want a lot of potato chips and we have them ready to sell for a higher price than we bought them, then we're going to make money. If a school bus of children doesn't come by that wants potato chips, then maybe we won't. And that's how
Well,
the
you're
market
going to still
works.
sell them.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to
Well,
still sell the potato chips. You're just
yes,
not
but
going.
was
But if a
Bitcoin going
school
to
bus
2x?
pulls
I
in
don't
and you
know.
don't have inventory, then
Hold
you
on.
make nothing.
If we knew Bitcoin was going to 2x, that would be very
Oh,
awesome.
nobody knows that. Yeah.
No. But he's also saying, would GoBabyTrade, I guess, capital, if let's just say if something was going up in price, would GoBabyTrade help make more
Oh, we
money
would
off
clean
of?
up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe take that part of it, but we don't know if Bitcoin will 2x. However, if Bitcoin was going to go, look, let's also get into the fact that I don't think you should trade Bitcoin on this trader. It doesn't move enough.
Yeah.
Well, you could if you're doing 1% moves. See, this is 1% moves. You would have had 1,089 trades of
Okay,
Bitcoin
good. All right.
over
So yeah,
last year.
there's a dichotomy to this. And Ed is better off to answer
I
this.
can show you how to do it.
Well,
Sure.
Casey,
7% of our users are in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Casey,
Yeah.
you did a video recently that I absolutely love, which exploits this trader 100%. You said altcoins are for trading, Bitcoin is for holding, and what was the third?
You tell me.
I can't remember. That's why I asked.
Okay, put me on the spot.
No, but the point was is that this trader and you're deploying the strategy behind the scenes. You're trading coins, the altcoins, just as you talked about on your video. You're letting it make money for you, and you're taking all of that free money and you're dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin,
And
which
why I
then
say, and here's why I say hold Bitcoin and trade altcoins. Trade altcoins. They move. And all
right,
of this movement, we can make money from it. I say
right,
hold Bitcoin because I think it's going to be something like a 401k or like stocks or like real estate where you could actually leverage or lean against it and pull out money. It will be something that will be viewed like that. I don't think altcoins are going to be viewed like that unless it's in some kind of like 401k ETF, some, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think holding Bitcoin, you can sell it whenever you want. It's very liquid, but I think we will be able to leverage against it like wealthy people leverage against any other asset.
yep.
Altcoins, I don't think are assets right now. They are just crazy things that move around a lot, and we can capitalize on that with this.
Let me
Exactly.
let me grab Chris's next question.
Sure.
How much of the initial deposit will GoBabyTrade use to auto trade? My concern is that my deposit would sit idle while it uses only a small portion to trade with. Ed, before you talk to this, let me say something to Chris. Good question, but Chris, your concern is misdirected. Here is a much bigger concern that you put $50,000 into the trader, any trader, and it pulls it all in.
Then
And it
you're a
buys
buy and holder.
and the market goes down for a month or 6 weeks.
And you're a buy and holder
You
because now
become a
the
buy and
coins are
holder.
moving down here,
Yeah,
but you're not making any money.
that's right. That's right. So the brilliance of this trader is the money management portion. So Ed, could you speak to that for a minute? Because I remember when I initially started with about 10 grand, the first 2 weeks, I didn't have more than $700 or $800 at play.
If
But
that, maybe 500 even.
I already knew you 12 years at that point, so I knew the method to your madness. So can you talk to that for a minute?
Well, if you put all your money in at the top and the coins drop, see these coins, remember this. This is a real important thing to know. The market dropped since 2021 90%. That means a $10 coin went to a dollar. A 10-cent coin went to a penny. Okay? That's a fact, Jack. And if you put all your money in at the top at 10 cents, when that coin's sitting at a penny going up and down, up and down, up and down, like over here, you're over here on this side. You're not making any money because you put it all in at the top. Every person that got an auto trader that went ahead and said, I want all my money in, I want to be in my coins, I don't want any money sitting on the sideline, they got hurt. That's a fact. If you
Yep.
just leave the auto trader alone and let it do its money management, you're in for life. This is a life trader. You're going to pump money till you die. That's got to be important. And what's the matter with making 50 to 100% a year? I want 1,000%. It's like take it easy, man. You're going to get rich. And we're doing fantastic in the worst market in the history of the world. Watch when that trend turns up. Man, we are going to get so rich it's crazy. So don't worry about you don't want it all in at once because that's the mentality of the way you're used to trading. You feel like your money's not working for you if it's not in coins. It doesn't have to be all in coins. I literally have this discussion every single day.
Hey, Ed.
Every day, somebody asked me just this morning, can I take $5,000 out of my auto trader? This is the real question. And can I take 5,000 out of my auto trader since the auto trader apparently is not using it? It's like, there you go. Okay, fine. Then my reply back to her was, and I'm not going to mention names, but if you're here, you know who I'm talking to because I just sent you the email. I said, if you take that out of there, then your auto trader won't have any money to trade with. And then you'll be down here watching the coins go up, watching the prices go up and down, not making any money. Remember, let's just talk fact here for a second about Bitcoin, a perfect example. It went from 60,000 to 120,000. If you're a buy and holder, you rode it all the way back up. Isn't that wonderful? Then you watched it come all the way back down to 60,000. You didn't make 10 cents in that whole process. because it went up and it came down. As opposed to if you're running with an auto trader, it would have been buying and selling Bitcoin all the way up, and it would have been buying and selling Bitcoin all the way back down to 60. It would have still been buying and selling on the way down. So you'd have probably doubled your money while you're sitting at 60, just from the wiggles all the way up and all the way down, as opposed to just sitting on it and watching it go around and you're not making any money. I don't own any coins that my auto trader is not trading. I am not a buy and holder.
Yeah, okay. Thank
Now
you
should
for
I take a
answering.
breath?
Yeah, thank you for
Breathe.
answering. I
You
don't know.
know, let me say something. When I interviewed at
Look.
Microsoft, this is a quick story, real fast, Attila. I know you're in a hurry, but it's kind of funny. When I interviewed at Microsoft, in my interview, I argued with 30 people, 30 developers in the interview, right? And then they hired me. And then when I was leaving, almost 9 years later, I had a personnel folder that I didn't know I had. And at the bottom of the personnel folder were comment sheets. Those comment sheets were written by the people that were in the interview, the other developers, that they wrote comments. And one guy wrote in big bold letters, intense, scary. I
That's
didn't
you.
know he wrote that 9 years earlier.
Yeah.
If I
So
would have known he wrote that earlier, it might have influenced my behavior going forward. But I was me right to the end, baby. It didn't
so Attila,
influence me because I didn't know he wrote it.
yeah. Before we go on to the
And I
rest of
didn't
the
know I
question,
was intense.
You are intense.
yes. So before we go on to the next question, I draw everybody's attention so it doesn't. There's not more comments and it scrolls by. I posted a bunch of things as I promised at the beginning that I would post. I posted again Crypto Casey's discount link. The second posting is 2 email addresses. That is support@gobabytrade.com. That is Attila and I. We usually field things like I've got more questions, not highly technical questions, or we're going to offer, right, when you join the family, and folks that are here that already own the trader know this to be fact, is that if you want to schedule a 15-minute session with us to, hey, I'm ready to buy the trader, I've got a couple of questions, more questions, and then I'd like your help walking me through how I set up the trader, purchase and set it up. We'll do that for you every day. So if you have highly technical questions, or you have the trader and want Ed and his team to review it to make sure that your settings are optimal, then you can send a message to support@gobabytrade.com. If it is a help question, hey, I want to get started, then send it to support@RCT Marketing Systems. So you're fully plugged in. The next, if you're new and you don't know who Crypto Casey is, please don't crawl back under the rock. Know who she is. Go to her YouTube channel, and she's been putting out educational and informative content that is literally, I'm betting, is made millions for people that follow her content. So that's her YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, smash the notification button, so every time she puts out content, you're aware of it.
She knows 1,000 times more about crypto than I know. That's for sure.
Yep. So the very next one is our private community. You'll find that that it is an open forum for you to join, whether you own the trader or not. This is Financial Intelligence, which is the company that Attila and I own. But it is an open forum, lots and lots of people in there. You can ask questions, particularly if you're new. You can ask, like, does the trader work? If you don't believe what we showed you today, yeah, there's all kinds of other things that we're going to include in that content. Then the last one that I posted is Casey did about a month ago. Did a new updated review on the trader and how she's used it, what its success has been for her. So that's another one that you want to click on and like. I'll post another couple of things because I've got an announcement. Those that don't know, we have written a book. All 4 of us are in it. Attila and I wrote the book called The Digital Money Revolution. We have the privilege of Crypto Casey being involved in the project. She wrote the foreword. We love it, love it, love it. Mr. Barsano, it was dragged kicking and screaming. Actually, didn't even know about it. There is a special bonus chapter in there and it is about ready to go on pre-sale. That is to say, that for the first week, if you get on this list, I'm getting ready to post it. So I held this for last. So if you click on that link and you get on the pre-sale list, we don't want any money right now. It's going to be listed on Amazon. Excuse me. And for the first week, right after listing, and if you get on the list, obviously you're going to be the first ones to know about it before we announce it to anybody else. But you're able to buy the book for 99 cents, the ebook, and it's the best dollar or $1,000,000 that you ever put into something. It literally talks about how the your debt-based system that you're in works and how the rug's about ready to be pulled, and then how do you prosper in the new digital money revolution.
And there's a whole
Okay.
chapter on GoBabyTrade in there. I think it's really worth 99 cents for sure.
At least, at least.
Okay, Edward, thank you. Can I get back to the questions, or are you going to keep interrupting me?
Ed, do you have something to say?
Well, no, look at layer 3. And that was a joke. I know
Okay.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
But I always have something to say.
So,
Look
Chris,
at layer 3, though, man. Layer 3. This is just
Yep.
talk about
okay.
free money, man. I mean, if that's not an
Thanks,
insult
Ed.
to humanity, I don't know what
Thank
is.
you. Thank you, Ed. So basically, we lost Chris. Chris said he lost the Zoom for a few minutes, and he was afraid he lost the questions because when you log back in, you can't see the Q&A that was in the first version of your Zoom. So don't
Yep.
worry, Chris. We read every one of your questions. We've been answering them. I know one of the questions that got deleted somehow is he wanted to know how much money you started that trader with that made almost $1 million in profits, Ed, and I believe it was 200K, right?
Yeah, my
Mhm.
original, 200.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. So we answered that one. And Chris has one more question. When choosing the crypto to trade, does it matter the price per share or just the percentage of price movement? No, neither one matters. What matters is, are you going to click on the button that says default cryptos? Because Ed Barsano has chosen 3 or 4 really, really volatile cryptos. You want volatility. Don't worry about the price. Don't worry about the percentage of price movement. You want volatility. Now, if you're going to choose your own cryptos, as long as, in my opinion, as long as you stay in the top, even the top 100 on this list, you're good.
Or
I
even,
prefer utility coins. I prefer utility coins. Some people
mhm.
like the memes. I like the utility, but it's up
You
to
can
you,
see
Chris.
the percentage of traders that are in each of these coins. We're all trading these coins. I'm trading every one of these coins you see on the screen here, all these.
Yeah.
Just click percent of traders and boom. I mean, SUI, Alchemy Pay, XCN, Bonk, Pepe, Swift, Ondo, GRT, the Graph. The Graph has 70,000 companies using them. They're going to be in business forever, man. I own all these coins. I run 4 auto traders and I trade everyone. I don't own Solano, is that it?
Solana. Solana.
Solana. I don't,
Yeah, take
for some
and
reason
take
I don't
people
trade that
Alonzo.
coin. I don't know why, but I trade Zec, Suku, you know what? I have Bitcoin in my portfolio.
and take people back to the top and give an overview and reset it to its default and give an overview of what I call the $1 billion report.
Okay, picture if you were opening a 7-Eleven for the first time, a grocery store. You're not going to want to just put anything in the store, like you don't want like this thing here, what is this? Iodine. You don't want to put iodine in your store. Somebody gave me that. Um, they gave me that because they hear me talk about it. But so iodine would be one of the slowest moving items, right? If they even had iodine in the store, it would be at the bottom of this list. It's the slowest moving item. You want the top moving coins, or if you were running a 7-Eleven, you want the top moving stuff. You want things like potato chips. These bags of potato chips for $2 that are full of air. You know, um, that's the kind of stuff you want. You want people to give you $2 for those chips. Candy bars, coffee, vapes. The top moving items, the things that you turn inventory the most on. That's what you want, because that's what the auto trader benefits on. Just like you can see in in L3, layer 3. Look at the movement. I mean, that's gold, man. I mean, who doesn't have L3 in their portfolio? If you don't, why not is my question. Why wouldn't you? So you want to put the things that move the most, in your trader, and that's the items at the top of the list, and so here it is. The further you go down in the list, the less movement they have, the less volatility. If you go down to the bottom of the report, that they don't hardly move at all, these items. It gets real bad, where you're getting 150 trades in a year, that kind of stuff.
Right.
You
The
know,
logic behind this report, it's a proprietary report. Like I said, if you click on Crypto Casey's discount link, it's hidden in plain sight. But if you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't know how to use it. So this is literally a 1 year report that shows the most volatile coins. Why is that important? Because the trading platform eats volatility. I don't care what the symbol is. I don't care what it's trading, why it's trading, but if it trades profitably, and by the way, this is a profit report. There is nothing on here that is not a profitable trade because, as we said a couple of times, the trading platform is programmed to never sell at a loss. It collects
yeah, the
inventory,
auto trader
it
doesn't
sells it,
care what the product is,
so
what the
it
point
it
is.
it it buys inventory and sells it at a higher price, just like the 7-Eleven.
If I'm running a 7-Eleven, I don't smoke, but I'll sell cigarettes to those suckers that want to pay $8 a pack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
All
know,
right.
All right. Very good. Thanks, gentlemen. So,
how many clients did I just use by saying that? Did I just lose?
Ed, can
Sorry,
you,
if you smoke, it's all right. You can keep doing it. But in my
So
day, we paid a quarter for a pack of cigarettes. When it started getting up to $8, it's time to quit.
oh, Ed, Mike Marshall has a question, and I could answer this on your behalf because you've spoken to this
Sure.
many times.
I'm getting hoarse anyway.
Do you have any payment plans? No, but we could give you a good recommendation on a payment plan. Put it on, you know how sometimes if you have decent credit, you get these offers for 0% credit for 18 months or something like that. Put it on your own card and make your own payment. That's your own payment plan. That's one way to do it. Even if you don't have 0% interest, if you've got to pay 21% interest, this trader will make that up to you over 3 years. Believe me, you. So Ed Barsano has tried every combination, monthly payment plans, financing. The best situation that's worked out the best over 26 years is a 3 year license where people just, again, it's set it and forget it for 3 years.
Well,
So
it's
that's,
better for you. It's better
yeah,
for all of us,
that's,
because, when I was doing monthly, like you could pay monthly, credit cards were expiring every month. And when you have thousands of clients, you got 50 credit cards a month expiring, and then you're chasing, monthly payments and playing that game. I don't want to be in the money game. You don't want to be in it. You pay one time, you own the software for 3 years, you don't even think about it anymore. Then you
right.
get to concentrate on the software.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, so Tim Kelly has two questions. The first one actually will take us to another screen on your trader. How much money do you want to invest to make the 3K a month? Well, you know what? We can't give you financial advice, and it's all market dependent. I mean, if I had a guarantee that the market was going to give us 8% a month for the next 3 years, I could answer your question. But there's no guarantees in trading, but we could tell you what other people have traded with. Ed Barsano updates this report every 3 months. It's the top 50 traders. Ed, explain how you eliminated the $1 million accounts and show people some examples of the ways, the amounts that different people started with. It's pretty
Well,
cool.
this report gets updated quarterly, and it's a
Right.
1 year report, the top 50 traders. It shows what they started with and how much profits they took off the table, physical money. In this case, he started with about $100 and he took almost $300 in profits. There's no investment out there that gives you that. I'm 100% hands free. I mean, that's just phenomenal. Warren
number four
Buffett
is a
would love me. He'd be all over me if he saw this product. I
yeah.
guarantee you.
Ed, lot number four is a great for actually, that's kind of where I came in to begin with.
Couple thousand.
Yeah.
And he took 3,000 in profits. That's 172% in a year.
That's almost as
And
much as the bank pays us, right?
yeah, right. And then, you can even click on view details and you can see the coins he's trading. He's allowed buying, he's allowed selling, he's allowing the trader to buy and sell. You see how it divides up your money? It divided his money up 25% per coin for 4 coins. He's got a 2% profit goal. He's adding on 3% moves. Actually, I say drops, but it's moves. Max lots 4. I mean, this is probably almost gamble mode. 12% price drop is ridiculous. I'd
Yeah,
want a higher
the
drop.
default's
This one here's got
75%.
100%. Yeah, the
Yeah.
default is 75%. But
Right.
you can see what they're trading. And I eliminated the $1 million accounts off the screen because they were filling up the screen. They were just cluttering the screen up and the feedback I was getting is, oh, I need $1 million to use this product. And I'm like, no, you don't. People start with $100, $500, $50,000. A lot of times someone will start with $1,000 and then they'll watch it run for a month and then they'll throw in 50,000 once they see what it does. I can tell you firsthand what's gonna happen in your brain. I can tell you, I know you more than you know you. All right, let me tell you that. Only because of history, because I see what everyone's doing. I see people once they see what the auto trader's doing, they start going crazy trying to find money to throw into their auto trader, because 100% of $1 million is more than 100% of $1,000. If you're going to double your money, what do you want to double? Do you want to double 100,000 or do you want to double $500? The more money you have, the more money you make. It doesn't mean the guy with the $1 million is getting more trades than a guy with 1,000. You're getting probably about the same number of trades. The difference is he's putting more money into each trade. And he's
Right.
turning inventory the same as you're turning inventory. He's just turning it bigger. Like me, you can see, I mean, I've got a lot of money in my account. I make, look at the money I make per trade. It's quite a bit per trade. So when somebody asked, I don't know, Attila, that question you had before this one where you said, what do I have to do to make $3,000 a month or whatever? You
Yeah.
don't think in terms of numbers like that. Don't think real numbers. Think percentages. You got to learn to think percentages because you can't go to a bank. Everybody talks percentages. That's just the vernacular when you're talking money, right, Crypto Casey?
Yes.
You're always talking percentages, right? Nobody says you're not going to go to a bank and they're going to say we're going to charge you. Well, they shouldn't tell you we're going to charge you so much dollars. It's a percentage thing, what percent are we going to charge or give? What is this credit card? What do we pay in? Or I don't know. What do you get in like a normal credit card? Like 30% a year interest they charge you. Stuff like that. Think in percentages. If you can double your money, thinking like that. If I could double my money every year, how much money? And they always talk about if you started with a penny and you doubled it every day, how much would you have in a month? Like $1 million, right? But think in terms of doubling your money. If I doubled my money every year, how happy would I be?
Pretty
Don't
happy.
don't tell yourself I want to make $1,000 a day or I want to make $100 a day because you can't control the market. Attila was saying that you cannot control the market. If I'm running a 7-Eleven, I have no right to say I want to sell $50 bags of potato chips. The fact is, nobody's going to pay you $50 for a bag of potato chips. But you can sell lots of these little bags for $2, even though they're all full of air. You can still sell a lot of $2 bags. You sell what the market will give you. If you look at my trader down here, this one was willing to give me $489. But if I scroll a little further, they're different. Where am I at here? I mean, let me go to just this one wanted to only give me $159. Lately, the market's been going slower. I mean, I think I take like This one only said, I'll give you $22. The auto trader is going to take all that it can take, whatever the market is willing to give it.
Right.
The software is not dictating to the market. It's not ordering the market around. I don't have any right to order the market around.
Now, one time I went almost a full week without the trader taking any profits at all.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
but the beautiful thing was it was still doing what it was supposed to do, which was the market was going sideways. Occasionally it went below
So you were
3%.
probably buying, right?
Bought me more positions, right, Ed?
Yep.
So
There it is, like this.
and the
It
other
was
thing,
buying on those days, and then if you go further up, it starts selling it all off.
hey Ed, one thing we didn't cover before when Chris asked that question was, can you explain real briefly, like this won't take you more than 30, 40 seconds. When people say, I got $50,000 in the trader, but it's only using 10,000 after 6 months or after 3 months or whatever. You told me that the trader still knows that you've got 50K and it
Mhm.
utilizes that info to make various moves, right?
Right. It's doing money management. Like
Right.
this is saying, I'm actually telling it in the strategy, I want my expected trading window going down is 100%. I'm telling the auto trader, I want to be able to trade with the amount of money that I gave it all the way to the bottom if that coin was to go there.
Right.
If that coin drops 99%, I still want to be able to be trading at the bottom. So the software's got to divide up your money into, so that it never runs out of money. So, your default strategy is going to give you a 75% trading window. It's going to give you 3% moves for 25 lots,
Hmm.
like that. And that's going to give you a 75% trading window. And here's how it's using all your money. Look what it says. All funds except the profits that are saved that it makes. It's going to put those on the side. All funds will be used within those 25 lots. So it's going to make sure that it never runs out of money until that coin drops 75%. If it never drops 75%, then it never runs out of money. You're just going to be trading in perpetuity for the rest of your life, just pumping money. I mean, talk about what are they, this is like those trust. What kind of trust do they have out there where it makes more money than you use and it just keeps growing? What are those called um, in colleges, universities, but
Oh,
endowment
Endowment.
funds.
Yeah,
They got
endowment.
endowment
Endowment
funds
fund,
that
yeah.
never run out of money. That's your auto trader. It's just going to keep grinding money out for the rest of your life. I
Oh, I
mean,
can.
anyone who doesn't have an auto trader, I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I don't know what to say. Speak up. If you don't have an auto trader and you don't plan to get an auto trader, speak up. Tell me why. Because I can't figure out why you wouldn't. It's literally the Holy Grail.
it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we had a few more questions coming in the interim, but thanks for explaining that, Ed. So the next question. Oh, Costa. Costa just recently bought the trader, I believe. So Costa, congratulations. I love
Welcome
this
aboard.
name. Listen to this name. This is a historic name. Costa Constantinopoulos.
Wow.
Wow. Constantinople was the capital of what was that part of the world called back then? Shoot. You might have to type it in, but
I'm not a
Constant
historian.
Constantinopolis. I love that name.
Isn't that
Okay,
like
hi. Ju-
Roman?
just got the trader. I'm on paper trading and I use the default settings. Fantastic. I don't see my
Yeah.
coins. I don't see my coins on the top of the list. Could you explain how the default coins are
What
picked?
are they?
Well, you know what they are. They're the default coins.
Well, they're close enough. They're all right. I can tell you what they
I
are.
think one
If
of
I
them is
remember right.
one,
Edge,
Edge, yeah,
PRCL, Swift,
and XCN, right?
Spa.
I thought XCN was one.
Yeah, well, the XCN. I mean, and what's that other one? Something?
Morpho,
Morpheus.
Morpho.
Morpho.
Yeah, be careful how you pronounce it.
Yeah, you don't have 6 coins in one default strategy
No,
though.
just
No.
4.
I think Morpho, XCN, Excel, and one other one. Um, but
But
Costa,
they're all fairly, I mean, getting over, even the top 100 are giving you over 1,000 trades in a year. And a trade doesn't mean just your profit goal. If you look at my profit goal, it is set to, here it is, we'll look real fast.
oh, I know
Wrong
what he's
screen,
talking about.
edit strategy, 5%. But a coin will jump. A coin can jump 100% in one trade. So it doesn't mean you're just
Yeah,
getting 5% on every trade. Look at these jumps. These coins jump around. I mean, L3, didn't it jump like 250% a month ago or something, or a couple months ago? I mean,
yeah.
it just spiked straight up. And
Let's get
any
back to
inventory you had down here that you didn't sell off already, which you already sold most of these off, you would have sold it off right there.
let's
Anything
get
to the left of that spike, you would have sold off.
hey
And then
Ed,
it's just, and it's just constant free
let's
money.
get back to Costa's question because I know what he's asking now. He said, I don't see my coins on the top of the list. Costa, what I think what you're saying is the coins that you chose under the default. You hit default, and I think you were expecting to see like coin number one, coin number two, coin number three on the list.
No,
Like I
yeah,
said before, as long as you're in the top 50 to 100, you're in great shape. I mean, let's just pick number 42. 42 still has, like, if you go up to 42, how many trades does it have in a year?
here, perp,
1,200.
1,259 trades.
That's unbelievable numbers. That's
Yeah, these are
unbelievable.
phenomenal numbers. That's a lot of,
Yeah.
you couldn't do it manually. And
Yeah.
these are
So,
all winning trades, profitable trades, taking
right.
as much as they can. But here's the deal. You're not number one, two, three like that because first off, this report changes every month.
Yep.
And number two, that only trades at Kraken. We try to give you coins that trade at both exchanges.
Right.
And we try to give you utility coins, not meme coins. See, these are memes. So we try to go to the first utility coin that is also at Coinbase and Kraken.
Yeah.
So like
Well,
PRCL.
exactly. Good point. So again, Acosta, congratulations for buying the trader. Good move. And if you need help going live, just let us know. But it's an easy connection. It really is. So let's see what else is left here. Edward, you want to grab the last question there?
Sure.
Actually, we had a few come in. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see, Ralph. Whoa, we got more questions flying in. Holy
I
cats.
love it. I
Um,
love a good Q&A. I'm going to take off my coat, all right? I love a good
Wait a
Q&A.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
so
I'm settling
Costa,
in for the next hour.
wait a minute. Costa got back to us. Constantinople was the capital of the Byzantine Empire. Wow. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
it's
Thank you.
Istanbul now, but it was Roman, I guess, as well.
Istanbul. Yeah, man, that's cool. I love history. I used to hate it. Now I love
yep.
it.
Edge, Morph, Sui, and XCN are the defaults. Those are actually really good coins.
Those are great
Uh,
coins. I
I
own
trade
Sui.
all of them.
I
Wait, so you
trade
changed
Sui.
the default?
What?
yes.
Okay, yeah, he changed it. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you go live, Costa, you could stick with those, or you could keep two of them and replace two if you want to keep Morph and so. Let me tell you, Morph is kicking butt for me. Morph, I would not get rid of Morph. Sui is going to be
I
one of
love
the best.
Sui.
Sui's one of the best trading coins we have out there. So these are all four excellent coins. I would just stick with those, frankly.
Yeah,
I
keep it
like,
simple because I messed with a lot of stuff whenever I was testing it, and honestly, just go with what works. Don't think about it too much. Don't mess with it.
Yeah,
once you get the coin,
here's my global
oh,
statement.
go ahead.
Mr. Marsano has created something that has been sharpened and refined over almost 26 years and continues, all the way back to Tim's question, continues to be improved that's all they do. I mean, you should take a vacation, Ed. But
I have the most
that's
boring
literally
life ever.
that's literally all he
By
does.
other people's standards, you would hate my life. By my
Indeed,
standard, I'm in
indeed.
heaven.
However, It's gone from 10 screens for 25, almost 26 years ago, 10 screens of things that you can change and manipulate. But why? Why? I mean, why? We're not trying to give you another full-time job, but the refinement over the almost 26 years has made it so effortless to make money, not every day, every week, but as much money. This machine has been so finely tuned that when the market wiggles, it ought to be called Go Baby Wiggle, not Go Baby Trade, because every time the market wiggles, it buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells. I mean, my analogy is if you walk out the front door every day, I don't care where you're going and what you're doing, but as you turn around to lock the door, someone's taped a $5 bill to your door. How many times are you going to take it off and put it in your pocket? Every time.
I think
Well, look at these 3 trades right here. Just today, Dogecoin at 4:20 or 4:32 in the morning. I was still sleeping. My alarm did not go off that early. It opened that position at 8627 is the price. At 8 it went up to 8735, 88 point, or 735, same number of shares, so it's the same trade. At 12:28 in the afternoon, it closed it for $22 profit. Then the price went down to 86.20 and it bought it back.
Bought
It
it
was
back.
like, so I mean, it's just,
That's
it went
the
up.
definition.
I
That's
sold
the
it, it went back down and bought it back. It's like it went up and that was just free money. It's
That
still down
really
there.
is that really is the best example of how this trader works, what you just showed there. I mean, it opened the position, took a profit, opened another one with the same coin. That's what this thing does, nonstop on all your coins. End of
Look, it
story.
did the same thing yesterday, and it took $30. At 10:33 in the morning here, right here, this one, it bought it at 2:07 in the afternoon on the same day. It took the $30, the free money. It's
Yeah.
free money, man.
How many
I'm
buttons
telling you,
did
the
Ed?
market is an insult to humanity.
How many buttons did you have to push to make that $55
I didn't
or
even know that
52
it
bucks?
did until just now.
All right.
Nobody
So
looked.
I'm gonna ask to borrow the screen back for a second because
Okay, you want me to disconnect here?
yeah, you can say so. Ralph is saying I'll be interested in Attila's, Edwards, or Casey's edit strategy page. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to finish my thought to what I was just going to suggest. When you buy this, if you want another job, then go ahead and you want to lose money, just go ahead and keep manipulating the settings. But my beginning and ending note to you is if you're going to do this, leave it alone. It has been refined so sharply. Just let it do what it was designed to do. Now, I'll show you. Where is it? Bear with me. I've got to find my trader.
I'm trading the same 4 coins for the last 5 years. I haven't changed anything.
Yep. Okay. So let's see if I can share this part. Okay. There you go. You want to see my strategy page?
Yep.
There's my strategy page. Remember, on the right-hand side are the default settings, right? Default. The only thing I did was Ed set his as at 500. I set mine at 1,000. Now this line is almost not relevant because if the AI, as the prices shoot up, the AI will take it as far as it will let it go, as long as the AI believes that it's going to continue to go higher. But in this case, if it hits 1,000 while I'm sleeping, I'm okay with that. I'll take it. My profit goal is the default, right? It does say between 2 and 5, but default. The add shares on drop, default, right? Now, Ed, you did come out recently and say, I'm not giving away my shares. They have been insulting us for long enough. I've collected a lot of inventory. So Ed changed his profit goal from 3 to 5%. But for the average person, don't do anything other than when you buy it, choose your coins either by default or by your own choice off of the $1 billion.
There. I wouldn't touch the thing.
Or the $1 billion report. If you want to pick some out of the top 20, be my guest, but just don't do anything else. Just let it go. Now, on occasion, it hasn't happened very often. On occasion, Ed will say, hey, I'm going to change my strategy to X. Like originally it was like 2% and you moved it to 3%.
And then I
So
moved it to 5%.
right, but then what happens if it's a universal move or it's something that the creator of this brilliant system sees that he wants to take advantage of? He will send out an email to everybody that owns the trader to say, "Hey, here's what I'm doing, and here's why you can do it or not do it."
Do it or not. I'm just letting everyone know that I changed my strategy. And I
Right,
let people know. Then at the bottom of the email, I put in there, if you would like me to make the change for you, even though it's real easy for you to do it, I'll be happy to do it. It
right.
gives me a chance to look at your trader and see if anything's messed up in there. I love to look at people's traders. I
Yeah,
love it
like I
when 700 people replied to that email and said, yes, please do it for me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
like I said, if you choose to join the family, then you are entering into a community that will support you for life. I mean, you
That's kind of
have
even more set it, forget it, because Ed finds out something different and says, "Hey, you want me to just do it for you?"
yeah, reset
I
it.
love
So,
those. I love it
well,
when people say, do whatever you think you want is right, Ed. I love that. Because
yeah, I
then
mean,
I just bang through your trader, man, and just, it only takes me so fast. I
yeah,
go to each screen, boom, 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 boom. Thank you.
Okay,
yeah.
thanks,
Look,
Mr.
look, yeah. Let me make a statement. We'll get back to finishing the questions, and then we'll close out. So, look at who you have here. Let me point to Casey. Casey's
Yeah.
been teaching people for almost a dozen years.
Oh
Yeah,
Right?
she's
man.
You
20
have
years old. I
Don't
mean,
you
age me.
well, no. I mean, you started when you were 7. I get it. Child genius. Ed has 50 years of
thanks a
of
lot.
And now you're
programming
aging
genius.
Ed.
Yeah, he
I
was
started
he
when
was
I was 2 also.
right. Well, you graduated from college, and then you went from there. And then between Attila and I, and you guys don't know us from anybody other than us sharing the knowledge. And I hope you do actually buy the book because you'll understand more about the knowledge that we have gathered that we share with you. But that wasn't without the contribution of Casey and the contribution of Mr. Barsano. So in the
It takes a
four of
village
us, it does.
to
It takes a
take us
village,
into
but it's
civilization from barbarism of the market.
you've got well over 100 years of experience, well over 100 years of experience in the four of us. Our goal is to share as much information with you as possible so that you can break the invisible financial chains of the things you were programmed into.
Yep. Thank you, Edward. Last three questions. Tim is asking, if you have it set to take profit at $500 and the coin goes up for the day, will you only make 500 on that run? Well, it depends if the AI kicks in. First of all, it's not set for a dollar amount. It's set for a percentage amount, 3%, 5% profit. But if you trapped me, Tim, in an elevator and said, in 30 seconds, explain how this trader works, including the AI, real simple. When the trader goes up, when any of your coins go up, let's say you have your profit goal set to 3%. Any of your coins go up 3%, boom, takes the profit. If it goes down 3% on any of your coins, it buys more at a discount. In both scenarios, if the AI kicks in and says there's at least a 95% probability that your coin is going to keep going either up or on the way down, going down, it waits. It doesn't sell it and take the profit, or it doesn't buy more. It waits for it to go down and buy it for even cheaper. Okay?
Right.
So that's how the trader works. With
But I
the
can explain that $500, take this amount if reached. What
Yeah,
that
that's a
is it's
setting.
separate
But
from the profit goal.
right.
The profit goal, if you reach your 5% profit goal, it'll call the AI. It's got timers built in. It's looking for pullbacks. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that it's looking at in that scenario. But when a coin spikes up, so what I'm saying is if it
Can you
goes
show
up,
that setting can you show that setting on the trader so people could see what you're
yep,
referring to? Because
right
that's
here.
right here.
Right here. I've got it set to 10,000 because I have too much money in here and I didn't want it to be interfering with my trading because if you look at my trades, there are times in here where I'm hitting it. Here, I'll just search for it real fast. See this where it says take this amount if reached? $1,328, $1,202, $1,748. If I keep searching for that going down, when I had it set lower, it was stopping me out at anything above $500. And then I raised it to 1,000. You can see that in the ones above it. Where's it at? When I started turning it to 1,000, it started, there's too many. Too many. I don't know when I
Oh, that's
changed it to
okay. We
500.
believe
But
you.
what I'm
Yep.
saying is if it spikes up, when it spikes up, it's going to come right back down. So right away. So the auto trader is not going to wait for AI. It's not going to wait for pullbacks or any end timers and stuff. It's just going to grab the money. Just like you can see here, when it spikes, look at that spike at the pinnacle, at the tip. It just comes straight back down a minute later or less than a minute sometimes. When you get spikes like these, you want to just grab the money right away. But the smaller moves down like in here, it's okay to let the AI tell us, hold on, it's going higher and all that stuff. But when it spikes, that is so that's what that's for. This is saying
Okay.
if it spikes to this amount, just grab the
We
money
got it.
right away. Because
Got
it's
it.
going to go
He's
right
got it.
away back. It's going to come right back down.
We
Yep.
get it. Thank you very much, Ed. Okay, so can you explain the lot's purpose and use? Well, a lot is a position. So like I mentioned in the example a few minutes ago, if it goes down, if your coins go down and it buys another position at a lower price, because we know it's going to go back up eventually, maybe the next day, like Ed showed, on just in the last 24 hours, he had two coins that were purchased, it went up, it took the profit, then it went down and it rebought it. Okay. So that when it rebuys a position, that's a lot.
This
Okay.
is
But yeah.
each time you buy it, right, is one lot. There's a purchase. If I look at the one before it, if I scroll down a little bit before it, there's another lot. You're always selling the top one off. It's the top one that you're selling off, not the bottom ones. As you sell them off, it puts them on the queue on top, and then it peels them off the top as the prices go higher. So you're in that order. Like
Mhm.
we were doing all this Doge selling today. I mean, you can see here, right
Mm.
here. Look what it did. It sold that one off and it took the profits, the $22, and then it rebought it again at a lower price, entry price. Here's the one it sold off, 8627, and it bought it back at 8620. So
Thank you. Thank you, Ed, for that detail. That's very detailed, but we appreciate it.
and
Okay,
and this is the number of lots
Uh,
that I'm holding, which is fine.
by the way, Ed, I promised, I think it was Chris that asked the question earlier. It might have been Tim, might have been Chris. Go back to the number of positions in the parentheses. When I bought this trader in March of 2024, you did not have that there yet, right?
No, I didn't show the number of lots, right?
Okay.
I added that.
So can you just quickly for the person that asked the question, does Ed consistently upgrade and add more improvements to this trader? Can you show the three or four biggest improvements you've made just since I bought it? Just
Well,
you don't have to explain what the improvements are.
I
Just
show the level two screens here,
yeah, but let's not get into the
all
level
right,
two because
that's too
that's
technical.
too
But
technical.
I got tired of counting the number of lots that I owned. If I had to count these one, two, three, going down, how many do I own? I got tired of counting it, and I said, why don't I just show the number of lots that I own right there?
Okay, that's
So that's
one.
there. Something else I added was the health meter. That's a perfect
This
example.
is real that this is the best example.
I mean, I can click on that, the health meter. It tells me the health of my auto trader.
Yep.
How healthy is it? In other words, are there any problems with the strategy or anything, that it can identify? And it's looking at a lot. Look how long it's taken to come up. And these are all green, so everything below it is green. If there's two other things that would show if you had problems. Number one, you would have informationals. That would be yellow. Informational things are like if you're manually trading, it'll give you an informational that say, warning, you're manually trading. Another warning that it might give you is if you're not saving any profits. In my case, I'm saving 50% of my profits as they come in, and then I'm actually distributing 10% of the profits as they come in to each coin. That's a new
Okay,
feature. I
while you're
created that one for Crypto Casey a month
hold
ago,
on,
right? Right.
hold on, because this is the third major
This was a hard
enhancement you
one.
did. This was one of the biggest enhancements you did. Can you explain, like, if somebody wants to take the profits of the monies coming in from
Yeah. Well,
profiting?
like Crypto Casey, she says, I want 50% of all the profits that are in all my coins, any trades that take place. I want 50% of it to go. In her case, it only shows you the coins that you have in your trader, but in her case, she has Bitcoin there. And
Right.
she says, I want 50% of my profits to go to Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
as they come in. And that means if I go to my select currency screen, let me go to it real fast. I can show you. You notice I have this distributed column, distributed funds right here. And it's showing the distribution. I was telling it to put 10% of the profits into each coin as they come in.
Yep.
So it distributes it to each coin to give it extra money to work with. I could distribute 10%, all of my profits into one coin, and just so it has more money to work with. So
Perfect.
that was a new
So,
feature.
so folks, those are three major enhancements just since I've owned the trader a little over 2 years.
The health meter.
No, we talked about it. You
Yeah, but it
explained
didn't
it.
exist. It
I
didn't
know.
exist when I mean,
No,
I
I know.
created that a year ago.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
created this whole thing right here to help you find the best moving coins. I mean, I
So
added that just about a year ago.
I know. No, I
I'm always adding really cool things, powerful things. I added this percent of traders link here so you could actually see what percent of each of the number of users, GoBabyTrade users, are actually in each coin.
yeah. Ed,
I mean, that's
we got
pretty cool.
we
You
got
want to trade a coin that nobody else is trading, or do you want to trade a coin that most of us are trading?
we got to wrap it up here really soon
Yeah,
because we
England's
turned.
about to face Croatia.
Oh,
Ah!
that's a good game. That's a good game. Okay,
Okay.
so Costa from the Byzantine Empire has a question. What is the advantage of having multiple traders as opposed to putting all your funds in one trader and trading more coins in one trader?
Well, you don't want to trade more coins.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why. I'll give you in a nutshell. I've already got, if I go to my trader here, let me go back.
yeah.
This trader already has, this is a well-seasoned auto trader. It's got inventory from the top to the bottom. I got that market trapped forever on them. But when you first sign up, you're not going to have any inventory. So you're not going to want to, you're not going to want to, like this one here, because I already have all this inventory, I changed my strategy to add on 1% drops now because if I refresh the page, this is really what mine is. It's 1% drops all the way to the bottom because these coins have already dropped more than 75%. Whereas if I open up a new trader right now, I don't want it to trade all 100% down because I doubt any of these coins are going to go 100% down from where they're at. They've already dropped 90%. So if I'm opening up a new trader, I'm going to want to go with the default strategy, which is 3% and, a 75% trading window. So that's why I would, I have four auto traders. And then so I never really let any one auto trader start with more than 200,000, and then I always usually I just grab the top coins off this, off the list here. I'll just grab like the top five coins in my new trader. I'm not,
Right.
some people cherry pick and all that. I don't waste my time. I
Yeah.
just,
Okay.
I just grab the top coins and just go
Yep.
with them.
Well said, Ed. Well said. Okay, Mike had to leave. He said, "See you, Casey. See you, Ed.
See
Attila
you,
and Miss
Mike.
Attila and Mr. Smartwater. Till next time," he said. Okay. So listen, folks, we're here every Wednesday on behalf of Crypto Casey's audience. We really, really, really appreciate you being here. Please take notice of all the amazing, amazing resources that Edward, my business partner, put in the chat. You've got the community, you've got the $1,000 discount link for Crypto Casey to save money on the trader. And do buy the trader, folks. This, like I said, I haven't said it yet. Edward's mentioned it twice. This is not at all a matter of, after 26 years and tens of thousands of clients that Ed Barsano has worldwide, it's not a matter of can it work? Will it work? Does it work? It's been working 26 years. You see the results we're showing you. We can't make that stuff up. These are live traders. So just buy it. You're going to love it. Okay? If you need help, we're here to help you. You're not going to be
It's
going
a
somewhere.
life changer.
It is a life changer, yes. So with
I
that,
mean,
we appreciate all of you. I'm going to give Crypto Casey a chance to say a few final words, and then we'll end it with Mr. Barsano and Edward.
Sure, join us next Wednesday. If you still have more questions, we're here all the time. Super accessible. If you want to talk to Ed, make sure you book out like at least 6 hours. I mean, he can go through, we could have this thing all day,
Yeah.
every day.
yeah,
So,
we really could.
yep. I guess final words, be safe out there till next time. I mean, I think things are about to get really interesting in quarter 4 of this year. We'll see.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Casey, for joining us and being here
Okay,
with
my
us.
final words now.
Please.
Thank you, Casey, for letting me talk to your audience. I
Oh.
always appreciate that. If every day that you don't have an auto trader, I just want to say it's not building inventory because it takes time for the auto trader to get all your money working. And you're not taking that free money that it makes just about every day. It's like if you found $5 on the ground every day, you'd be happy. If you found it on the ground, think about that. This thing's pumping out money just about every day of your life. And the other final thing I'll also want to say is we got BlackRock on the rocks. We got them trapped. And I've been
Rock
following
bottom.
them for 5 years. I got them trapped at the bottom, and they can't. And they're sitting. They got $100 billion worth of inventory, worth of positions that are all underwater, and they're spending $5 billion a year in salaries. They're drowning. If you ever listen to Larry Fink talk, go to YouTube and listen to him. He's dying for this marketing. He's begging the Senate to vote for that clarity bill. And so, the sooner you get on board, the sooner your life changes. Because I guarantee you, in all the years I've been doing this, I know it will change your life. You'll never look at the market the same way again. It's like casinos. When I go to a casino, I live in Vegas, I walk right through that casino to get to that buffet in the back. That's it. I don't go there to gamble. I don't waste my time. Anybody that has an auto trader doesn't waste their time gambling.
You also go to the casino when Crypto Casey's in town, right?
That's right. You called that one time, man. I ran down there. I showed up in a suit. She said, "Oh, you didn't have to get dressed. I'm gonna go visit Crypto Casey without a suit on. You're dreaming."
So we got to make it out to Vegas. All of us.
Go Navy. That's a Navy
All right.
ring. Go Navy.
Thank you, Ed, for being here every week like clockwork. We appreciate you.
I love it.
Edward, my business partner, finish it up, buddy. Wrap it up.
So, as I always finish
All
up,
right, time's up.
I'd like to thank you. Guess what? I have the on-off button. I'd like to thank everybody for investing their valuable time. I too will call you to action. So the first thing is we told you that we were wide open. We would help you in any way, shape, or form. I just put my Calendly link in. Book a call and buy the trader. Here's my punchline. If you don't, you're cheating your money. Now, you've seen results. All of us are a product of the product. We got past the big gauntlet of Crypto Casey when we first met up. Scam. This is pretty interesting. Oh, I got to tell my audience. So she would not put her reputation on the line if we were telling you other than fact, which that's all we're doing. So the last thing I will, if you are interested, that we do have a special Saturday session, happens once a month. We're going to be doing more with that. maybe even some giveaways, giving away a
July
copy,
11th.
autographed copy of the book when it comes out. So there's the Saturday. I think it's July
July 11th.
11th.
It's
11th.
7-Eleven. That's crazy.
Seven-
We're always talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Speaking
You
of
know, I
Vegas.
was going to write it
Speaking of
down, but after you
Oh.
said that, I figured, oh, I'll remember
Oh,
that.
that's
Yeah.
great. 7-Eleven.
So then another shameless plug. You need to buy this book, particularly since we're giving you the ebook for 99 cents, right, for the first week. Then it's going to go back up. I think it's regularly $14.99. You also buy the hard and hardcover and paperback. Ed thought all of this for 3 or 4 weeks. I've been teasing him about. Ed, you're in the book. You're going to be surprised. Ed, you read the manuscript. What do you think?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I couldn't. Well, it's got a whole chapter on me, so
Well, how could you
I'm a
not
little
love it?
biased.
Yeah, but I want to say thank you to Crypto Casey for all the great value that she brings.
Yep.
Ed, you have changed the trajectory of my family's finances. You have made it easy for me at a biblical level to create wealth for my children's children. And Attila, it's always a blast. This is great fun. There is no place we would rather be than giving you information that gives you the opportunity to control everything about your life, including starting with money.
Yeah, and I will say the last word, because what Edward meant about cheating yourself if you don't own the trader is this: you work hard either at a job or in your own business, you make your money, and then basically your money in TradFi, traditional finance, is unemployed. It's not multiplying itself. So our responsibility, your responsibility for you and your family is to multiply your money when you're not paying attention. In my estimation, knowing Ed Barsano 14 years, there's no better way to give your money a job and employ your money and multiply it than this GoBabyTrade trader. There's no better way because you don't have to do anything. So that's why we're imploring you to buy the trader, employ your money, give your money a job. You go live your life. Let this thing do its thing. It's proven, and you're gonna be thanking us. And with that.
So do we all get to do another last word? I mean, are we circling back around?
Only Casey, because she's got a signature sign off.
I love her forward in the book, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
All right. Well, be safe out there. Until
Be
next time.
safe out there.
Love it.
All right,
Thanks,
bye,
everybody.
Love
See you
it.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.